Good morning, everyone. It's Kylie here from Hello Crafter. Hope everyone's staying safe in this this snow. We've got a good few inches here near Leeds, and I know it's quite bad on the hills. But let me know what it's like where you are. Are you managing to get out and about? And anyway, hope you're staying safe. It's definitely crafting weather. So I don't feel too guilty about sitting in my craft room all day and crafting. So hopefully, whatever you're up to, it involves staying cozy. Hi, if you don't know me, I'm Kylie and I am a Stampin' Up demonstrator based near Leeds, and I'm going to do these card classes every Friday morning, and they're going to be on YouTube and Facebook. So hopefully you've managed to find me either live or on replay later. Hi Sharon, nice to see you. It's raining. Oh gosh. It's likely to be a little bit warmer than in where I am. So, oh, hi Ali, good morning. Right, well, I'm going to make a start. I'm going to tell you what we're up to. We're using Share a Milkshake today. So I'm a little bit behind on my projects this week, so you may have noticed a little bit of a gap in what I've been showing. So I have made some projects, but I've just not got around to filming stuff. I've been quite busy and only got back from Cornwall on Tuesday, and I've no idea where the last 2 days have gone at all. It's just gone really quick. But I do have some more projects to show. I'll probably do that later today or tomorrow. With this. So this is a brilliant stamp set to work with. You can use it without the dies on its own, or you could use it with the dies bundle. I'm going to switch you around now, and I'll just mention the products that I'm using today. So if I can remember how to do it, let's see, there you go. So hopefully you can see that now. So you can find these products on page 12 of the January to April mini catalogue, the purple one. So they're not going to be available for long, I don't think. I'm not sure whether they carry over. We never know until probably we'll know in a few weeks whether they're carrying over. But the catalogue only runs till April, end of April. So it could be that this is coming up to being retired. So they're ones that you could use all year round though, so it's a really useful set to have. So the stamps on their own are £18, which is a really good price for a set of 16 photopolymer stamps. And like I say, the dies, actually you could use the dies on their own as well, because you could just use the dies and cut out coloured cardstock or paper with those. So actually they work independently. Not all stamp and die bundles do, but these ones do. So to get the class kit today for free, you just need to place an online order in my store online, and you must use the host code, because otherwise I don't know that it's for the class. So use the host code. All the details are in the video, so you don't have to remember them now. £25 order gets you the kits for free, and a £45 order means that I also send you a pack of embellishments. I'll show you what the kit looks like, and then I'll show you the cards. So if your order's £45 or more, I'll include these fine sparkle adhesive back gems as well in your kit. You get your usual tea bag and little treat, and then you've got your 3 sets of projects. So you do 2 of each of the cards. So I've packed them all up like this for you. All the bits that you need are inside the envelopes. And as usual, you've got some spare card for stamping onto. So if you don't have the Share a Milkshake stamp yet, then you could add this to your order, or you might have something similar that you can use instead. That's absolutely fine. Or, you know, I don't know, just change up the designs, however you want to. So if you get the bundle together, though, you'll also get the embellishments. I'll show you the cards. I should have done that, shouldn't I? So these are the cards. Let's just put these away. And they are nice and bright and, oh, that's fallen off, quite summery, I suppose. So yeah, total contrast to what's going on outside at the minute, but that's good because it just makes us I don't know, a little bit more cheery. So I was saying to someone just this morning that playing with certain stamp sets just lift your spirits a little bit and just make you feel a little bit happier, and this is definitely one of those sets, for me anyway. So you'll see that I've provided all the cardstock that you need. I've done the embossing for you. I've done a few of the die cuts as well, but I haven't done any stamping. I can't do any stamping for you, but you'll see as I go along what's included and what's not. So the other thing that I've done actually is these die cuts here with the stitched. So the ones that you've got your sentiments on, that's been done with one of my faves, the Stylish Shapes dies. This is probably my most used die set at the moment. It's got all the circles, the squares and these banner shapes, and it's perfect for creating quick labels for sentiments, for tags, for, you know, these backgroundy bits. If you don't have that, I really recommend this. It's going to come in so useful in your craft room. What else? I think that's it for now. Oh, colours, right. So the colours of the cardstock, I've given you quite a few colours because I quite like the stripes, and they're sort of, they remind me of kind of like ice creamy summery colours. So I've used 5 colours of cardstock in the kit. These are Coastal Cabana. I've got Copacabana label on. Oh, don't set me off. Don't set me off singing. It always happens at my classes. I've got a lady who loves to sing, and that's the one that usually sticks, this song. Anyway, we'll try not to do that. Pool Party, Fresh Freesia, Polished Pink, Pale Papaya. You don't need all of these colours to do these cards. Actually, you could just pick maybe 3 of those colours. If you've got 3 of those colours, or 2 of those colours even, you could get away with 2 of them. It's just that I've stamped these sort of ice creamy milkshakey bits with different colours, but you could just stick to 1 or 2 of the colours. Does that make sense? So or feel free just to use what you've got. Doesn't really matter. But obviously we do like our colour coordination, so they're the colours that I've used. Just a tip with the stamping, because we'll do a bit of stamping first for these cards. We'll get the stamping out of the way and then we can assemble. These are the photopolymer stamps, and they've got these solid images in it. If you find that when you first ink up and stamp that the ink's kind of bubbling a little bit on the stamp and it's not giving you a good impression, the quickest and easiest way that I know to sort of prepare your stamps for stamping is to take a white eraser, a clean white eraser, and just gently rub over the stamp, just because there might be some oils or like a residue from the manufacturing process on them that kind of stops your ink sticking right. And then wash your stamp really well. I use these stamp chamois. I cut them in half, as you can see, just to put them in the bag. they're really good at cleaning off your stamps, but you might have one of these Stampin' Up stamp scrubs. I don't use this as much anymore. I do when I'm doing lots of cleaning, or I sometimes get them out in a class, but mainly I just use my chamois now. But you can spritz that with cleaner, dry it off, pretty good. Mainly use those for my red rubber stamps. Actually, you might have baby wipes, you might have a damp cloth, whatever. Try and use something that doesn't shed bits like little fibres. If you've got a cloth that sheds little fibres onto your stamp, that could be problematic, because you want this as clean as possible. And the other thing I use when I'm using large solid stamps like this is a foam mat, just because it seems to give me a better stamp image. So if you don't have one of these, then something a bit with a bit of give, like mouse pad or a thin piece of foam, like, you know, like funky foam, like craft foam, something like that will do. Okay, so I've cleaned that off. So you can see that this stamp set, you might not have seen my Sunday night demo, because I did kind of go through that there, but I'll do that here as well. I've lost my stamp set. You've got a solid image, and then you've got this detail. And actually, having played with it a little bit this week, I have been finding that doing the detail one first seems to be easier. So I've stamped the detailed one, and now I need my scrap paper, because I'm going to stamp this off first once, and then I'm going to line that up. So I'm lining up the top corner and the bottom corner. So I've lined up this corner and this bottom piece of the stem, the base of the cup. And I've just found that that's, I mean, if you saw Sunday night's crafting, it wasn't the best. I was rushing and I couldn't get my head over, but this is the easiest way that I found. So let's do another one of those. So for your 6 cards in the kit, let's do this one first. You'll need to stamp yourself 2 of these glasses. And then you're going to need a load of the tops of the milkshake. So let me just get my inks out. Ready. Trying to be organised and tidy and clean today. We'll see how it goes. I'm going to stamp these full strength. And then you probably need six of those. Let's do another one of those. I'm just going to do, oops, I might not use all of the colours, you see, so I'm just doing loads so that I've got the choice. Okay. And then some of these smaller ones. So again, I'm going to do a few of those. And then I haven't left myself much room, but I'm going to do some cherries as well. It's little teeny tiny cherries. Oops, don't lose it. It's tiny. A small block is really the best thing, because if you try and put that tiny stamp on a big block, it's going to be trickier to stamp it without getting ink over everything. So for these cards, this is kind of about what I'm going to need. Maybe I don't need as many as that, but at least then I've got choice. I'm not going to show me die cutting those, apart from the cherry, because I've got a little tip for the cherry. So just put those away, sorry, and then I'm not going to get my hands in them. Right, the cherry, the die. It's a tiny little die, and it's got a little tiny hole, and those holes are usually for kind of poking through. If your die cut gets stuck in, then you would just get your pokey tool and just pop it out like that. However, I think it's also designed so that when you go to cut out your thing, what you need to do, and you need to have your glasses on to do this, you can, when it's in the right position, exact right position, you will be able to see the stem through that hole. So it will turn from white to pink. I don't know if you can see that, but that's how you know that it's in the right place, like that. So if you're worried about it slipping out of place, just take a little bit of washi tape. I always have just a little bit just stuck on there, just for this reason, and then just tape it down. It's cut out pretty well. I can add that to the ones I've done earlier. I had a little good session of die cutting last night, so that you didn't have to watch me do it all. But it didn't take me long at all, like less than 5 minutes to do those. So I'll do those later. Okie doke. Organised. Feeling organised today, just highly unusual. So, card number 1. We'll start with this one. Hi Tracy, yes, no date, yeah. You're only a few miles down the road from me, so yeah, you'll have the same. So he's, yes, school closed, I'm assuming, yeah. Brilliant. Well, it's nice that you can join me. It's really, you know, to my advantage that it's bad weather. Right. So for this card, I've done 2 colourways. So this is the second one. So you'll get both colours in here. It's the same, but just opposite. I've used the polished pink card base, and you'll also have a Coastal Cabana card base as well. This is embossed for you, and I've used brand new embossing folders. It is the Basics 3D embossing folders set. Comes in a set of 3. Really, really nice patterns. These spots, polka dots, whatever you want to call them, are brilliant. You can have them like on the dip side or on the raised side, and they look equally brilliant. And you've got this kind of like flowery pattern, really subtle very detailed. And then you've got this one which is like a sort of backgroundy pattern, like little sticks. But it's really, really, like, they come out perfectly, and they're 3D ones, so the texture is amazing on these. So they're not in a catalogue. You can find them in my online store. They're an online exclusive product. So look for those Basics 3D embossing folders. So I've cut you a card base, standard A5 card base, and then you've got this piece which is 10.5 centimetres by 6 centimetres, and you can just glue that straight down. And put that in the middle. Whoops. And then you have a piece of white, and this is the same size, and it's 6 centimetres by 10.5 centimetres. And I'm going to attach that with foam pads. Now you can stamp straight onto this if you'd rather not, because you might have the stamps but not the dies, in which case you can just use your scissors and cut them out, or you can stamp straight onto this. But I'm going to use my die cuts. What else? Yeah, foam pads. I've put my tea today in my keep warm mug because it keeps going cold. I made myself a cup of tea right before I come on, and then I never managed to drink it because I can't drink lukewarm tea. That's why I end up leaving half of it, much to my husband's annoyance. There we go. I'll just put that there, and then I'm going to attach the glass. I'll put it right in the middle. And then these ones will do. There we go. That one needs to go there. I like to glue that top one down. And then I'll add this one with a foam pad. I'm just going to add the foam pad to the top. And I'm just going to cover up that little cut, because the die also cuts a little slot like that where you can pop your straw or your spoon or your cherry. I'll try in a minute. Okay, I didn't do myself a straw. Now the kits, what I was going to do was no, it's not in there. Or is it in the envelope? Right, yeah. So if you get these kits, I noticed this last week, if you get these kits, you have to look right in the corners of the envelope just to make sure that nothing's got hidden in the corners. I'm going to cut myself a little piece of what's it called? Polished pink. I'll cut myself a little piece of that quickly. And these die cuts, actually, I will do this bit for you. So I'll die cut a little straw. It's only a little rectangle, but I'm going to stamp it with the stripes. So we've got straw stamp here. I'll get the striped one. And it's pretty easy to line it up and get that stamped, that pattern stamped on it. It just makes all the difference. You could put stripes on with a pen alternatively. There we go. And then we can slot that in there. I always forget to lift it a little bit before I stick it on. So just put a tiny blob of glue. The sentiment is, well, I like this one. Yeah, the cherry on the top. I think that's really fun. So I'm just going to stamp it with my polished pink. And put a little bit of glue. Just hide it a little bit behind. And it definitely is a cherry, obviously. If you don't have the little mini foam pads, then just use like a little bit off the edge or cut one in half. There. And I'm using the Fine Sparkle Adhesive Pack gems, but you can use any gems. They're not included in your pack. But you can use any little bit of sparkle. There you go. So you'll have the two different colourways in your kit. Oh, Sharon, tell me what you're working on. What are you crafting today? What are you using? Card number 2. Oh, the bow. Yeah, the bow. We'll just do the bow. I'll give you some of this in the kit that is included, but it's up to you. I know some people don't like tying bows, so you can use it or not use it. It's totally up to you. I just quite fancied having like a little pop of gold on each of my cards. That's what I decided. So I put those on. And grab a glue dot. There we go. Completely optional. It's there if you want it. You could actually tie it around that base before you stick it down. That's easier. Okay, card number 2 then is this one. Excuse me. Don't know where that came from. So I've provided you with loads of strips and this base, which is 9.5 centimeters by 9.5 centimeters by 13.8. And these strips of card measure 1.5 centimeters wide, and I think they're about 21 centimeters long, but the length doesn't really matter because we're gonna create a striped background on this piece of white card here. So you could do it diagonally like this one. You could do it horizontally, vertically. You could do wide gaps, wide white gaps. You could do no white gaps. It's up to you. So just as a contrast, I will do I'll do a vertical stripe one, and then you can see the difference. So I'm just starting by putting a little bit of glue down on there and just following the edge of the white card, stick that down, a bit more glue. I'm going to leave a little white gap, quite like a little white gap. So whatever gap I leave, I'll try and make that even all the way across. So they're quite long. I've made them quite long deliberately, just so that you don't have any issues with the size of them, but you will just trim them off. And I've actually given you plenty, so you'll have more than you need for covering this piece of white. But it'd be quite cool to see what you can come up with if you have leftovers. So I will probably end up needing to trim some of this off. So I'll get my trimmer out because that'll be easier than using my scissors actually. So once that's like fully dry, I can flip it over and I can see where I need to trim off. I'll get my trimmer. Just easier just to line it up and trim everything. Trim this bit. So yeah, plenty left over. So I might have to challenge you, if anyone gets this kit, to see what you can do with the leftover strips. Right. This just gets glued straight on to the card front. Just add ink. I don't know if I know that one. Just add ink. Oh, just add ink is a challenge. It's a challenge, right? I think I know what you mean. Just choose two. Ooh, you'll have to send photos, Sharon. Okay, that is a circle that I've die cut for you. I'm going to attach that with foam pads. And then I'm going to build my little ice cream. Might put me there. So actually this is die cut for you. How cute is that? Little gold spoon. It's so cute. The cherries and the spoons I think are my favourite part of this whole bundle. Right, I'll just die cut those two. I forgot that I haven't done that bit, but this will be done for you. Right, I don't need to do that. I've done the spoon. This is craft paper, craft cardstock. So it's really nice to use with the waffle cone. So I thought I'd do the little bowl. It almost looks like a little cute little wooden bowl. And you can just do one little ice cream, or if you've got lots, so you could do a stacked version if you want to. I'm just keeping it simple with single one, just because. Sometimes it's nice to go simple. I really do struggle with simple. But it's really nice to show like a quite clean and simple design sometimes that doesn't have lots and lots going on, even though this actually probably does look like it has lots. For me, this is quite simple. Obviously need a cherry. Let's just put that on. Just cover that, whatever that is there. That's annoying me. Put that on there, and then you've got the spoon. And sentiment. Where did that go? Probably being totally blind. Have I dropped it? Can anyone see it? Where did it go? It's gone. It's gone forever. Literally. Just had it a second ago. That's so weird. Tell you what, this is out of my stash, so it'll come up. It'll appear later. I'm sure it will. So how I've done that. So this is Life is Sweeter with You. And I've actually masked off some of that sentiment. So I'll show you how I did that. It's not as difficult as it looks. So mount your stamp on a block and take your washi tape or sellotape or post-it notes, whatever is a bit sticky. And then you just cover up what you don't want. So I think that's just about done it. So I'm only exposing the bit of the sentiment that I want. And then take your ink. Ink it up, but then before you stamp, don't forget to peel off your mask, because I've made that mistake many times. And then there you have. Then throw this away because you're gonna get ink everywhere. So straight in the bin. And there you go. So it's quite a good way to make more out of your sentiment stamps as well. I mean, you could cut it off if you want it to be a little bit more permanent or more drastic, but you don't need to do that if you've got some tape of some kind. So put that there. And then your gems. Just going to dot those around. I always do 3s. That's card number 2. I think my internet might have gone a little bit funny there, but hopefully you saw that. Card number 3 is this one. And you've got your bits and pieces all in here. Card base, a standard white. bit of a mark on mine, but yours won't, don't worry. Just thought I'd use that one because I'm going to cover it anyway. So we've got these little strips here. We've got this piece of white. So this measures 7 by 10.5. And then these measure 3.5 by 7. And I'm going to stamp onto those. So I've got my tiny little cherry. I'm going to stamp a pattern on the polished pink bit. And do some little mini hearts. These ones here. All of my ink pads need re-inking because I keep forgetting to do it. So yeah, you don't have to do that bit. That just kind of adds a little bit of extra texture, I suppose, to the cardstock, and then you glue those down. So start with glue those onto the white panel. And that forms like a little background. If you've got any white showing, just trim it off. But that's not too bad, so you can live with that. And then you can glue that down in the centre. Okay, I didn't cut the waffle cone, but I will have done that for you in the kit, so don't you worry about that. This step's already done. But I guess I just must have wanted to show you this step. So again, I'm using that lovely craft cardstock. It's perfect for this. Wafer. So it scores it for you as well. So it puts this pattern on it as well as cutting. And you can fold it up like that, which I've done there, and tied a little bit of thingy around it, gold thread, or you can just have it as a cone. So that's what I'm going to do on this one as an alternative. So with this cone, you could either use the small little thingies, ice creams, or you can use the bigger ones. I think I quite like the look of the bigger ones for this because it's kind of does the overlapping bit. Yeah, let's go for that. Let's do 2. I'm just going to stamp my sentiment onto there. So my stamp set of the week starting from Sunday may have to change because I had in mind something brand new which is supposed to arrive this week. It hasn't yet. I mean, some miracle might happen and it might turn up today, but I doubt it. So I've got an alternative in mind. Might just have to get it out and have a little play because I haven't thought about it much yet, but either way it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. But yeah, as I say, I've still not finished playing with this one yet. Cherry. Need a cherry. Just have to be a bit careful where you put those foam pads if you want to use this little slot. There we go. So there's 2 slight alternatives there. And they're the cards really. So very colourful, very bright. Hopefully cheering up your cold morning. Just as a reminder, the host code to place your order to get this kit for free is shown on the screen now, and it's in the description anyway, so you can click through to order from my webpage and from the link that's below as well. So I look forward to getting those kits out to you on Monday. So you've got until Sunday night to place your order. It's £25 before shipping. Couple of things just to mention as well, though, because I have a couple of events that I'm about to put details out today. If you're local to me, if you're local to Guiseley, there is going to be a new coffee and cards crafting session starting next Thursday. It's going to be once a month initially. I'm hoping to increase that if there's a demand for it. So I'm going to be in a local cafe and we are going to be making a card and you're going to have a cup of tea. It's just a really kind of simple one. It's especially good if you've not crafted with me before. It's just like a little taster really, and hopefully just having a little go at stamping and seeing if you like it, in which case you might want to join some of my my other main classes. And also just for a little hour out of the house. So like I say, it's going to be Thursday mornings 10 till 11 at oh my god, my brain, I can't even remember what it's called. Bramble Bakehouse. Yeah. Bramble Bakehouse in Guiseley. I'm also planning a crafts and cocktails night. This is really exciting. It's going to be in Guiseley as well. You can get a train is only like 15 minutes from Leeds City Centre to Guiseley, and it's right across the road from the station, so it's really easy to get to if you're local, or you can drive, and there'll be mocktails instead of cocktails. But I'm doing a craft session on Thursday the 30th of March this month. So again, the details will be coming out about that as well. So crafts and cocktails, what's not to love? I'm really excited for doing more in-person events as well. So I love doing these online. It's really nice to get to meet some of you that may not be able to travel to me. However, I do love doing crafting with people. So I'm excited for those events, and there will be more coming as well. Right, so that's me for now. Hope you enjoy the rest of your snow day. It's actually blue skies now, and there's a lot of snow melting. However, I know it's going to freeze overnight, so be careful, stay safe, don't go out unless you have to, because the roads are a bit dodgy. It's other drivers, isn't it, that you have to watch out for. And I'll hopefully see you soon. If not, we'll at least on Sunday night online. So take care, everyone. Bye. Thank you for watching.